Hi there, and Edwards. Welcome to GE13 Showdown right here at our newsroom here at Menara Star. Now, we are still digesting the news. Of course, Parliament has been dissolved, and it is also a significant date for Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak. He is 4 years in office. Today, April the 3rd, marks his 4th year. Right next to me to discuss further and also to chat on this most exciting news, Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, who is Deputy Higher Education Minister
Still, caretaker government.
Caretaker government.
Well, we were waiting for date, but the funny thing is most people forget that today is his 4th anniversary as Prime Minister. So all the guessing as to when Parliament will be dissolved has been on all kinds of dates. But you know that today, if you were to add up the number, 3413,
Okay.
it's 11, his favorite number.
All right, jeng. Yeah. Okay, Datuk, coming back to actually the crux of the issues that may actually surface throughout the period until election day is the importance of young voters, namely Generation Y. Now, how crucial is this group of voters? Can you tell us?
They are going to play a very, very important role. They have always been playing an important role in all of our GE, but this time around, they are more potent in at least 2 scenarios. First of all, the numbers are so big. Secondly, it is not just about Gen Y or Gen X on their own. They are voting in conjunction with other groups of people, the professionals, the entrepreneurs, the academia.
And they're between the ages of like 21
to 30, 35.
Right.
And they form about 30% of the electorate. And this is the biggest number of on the fence, or I prefer to call them the middle ground, the biggest number in the history of our GE.
And we understand that there is 65% of these fence sitters out of the 13 million registered voters.
It is.
Does it still stand at this number, 65%?
Yes, it is.
That's a huge number.
That's right. So 65% of the young voters are on the fence, but when you mix them out with the others, they form that 30%.
How has Barisan Nasional strategized to attract these voters to your side?
I think we have done 2 things. First of all, we try to understand their worldview on politics. That there is a high sense of cynicism among young people towards politics, but they still have some kind of trust in democracy, provided that democracy is transformed. And that is why I come to the second point. That is why Datuk Najib has been trying to transform politics, to amend even the UMNO constitution, to make politics better, and also to address the issues that are, very dear and very near to the young.
For example?
For instance, my first house scheme is a big issue among young people. Special funding for the creative people, they can't go to the bank and tell them, look, I need some loan because I have some creative things to do. Banks may not be able to understand. So we come up with a specific funding to help creative people, to encourage a young startup or new startup for young entrepreneurs who wants to join the business world, for instance.
So business and education and of course some other issues. We'll come back, Datuk, to find out more into how successful Barisan Nasional has been to woo this set of voters. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We've been talking to Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, who is Deputy Higher Education Minister. And of course, this suits our topic, Datuk, on young voters. How many are expected to vote in GE13?
Well, there are about 6 million of them who have registered to vote. and we are hoping about 80% will come out and vote. And remember, among the young voters are several hundred thousands of university students. About 1,300 of them are voting in my constituency, Temerloh.
Which is in Temerloh.
Yes, so it's a huge number. It's a huge number.
That sort of gives away where you're going to contest, yeah, Datuk?
I don't know yet.
Well, hopefully, what, Temerloh?
Well, we don't know. Still awaiting for the announcement.
Sure. When are we expected to know, maybe, some notion as to the list?
I think this is up to the Election Commission. Now that Parliament is dissolved, as of today, I'm sure the EC will convene a meeting soon and will be announcing the two important dates, i.e. the nomination day and the election day.
The election day, okay. 6 million young voters, i.e. Generation Y, where are they?
They are everywhere, because in every constituency there are the young ones. Many of them probably are working or studying in the bigger towns, in the cities, but they go back and vote in their kampongs, in their own constituency.
What do they want?
Well, basically two things. Primarily, they want their voices to be heard. They want their roles to be recognized, and they want their issues to be addressed in a manner that is relevant to them. And this is what I think the BN government is trying our level best to do. Secondly, when it comes to politics, I think they want a new kind of politics. Politics that is more clean, healthy, less adversarial.
Right. Some analysts are actually saying or suggesting that they may actually vote out of anger and therefore vote for the opposition.
Maybe this was in 2008. A lot of protest votes. But this time around, I have this feeling. I've been meeting them, engaging with them, and I think they know exactly what they want. They are not telling you whether they are voting A or B, but less protest vote this time, more votes based on true aspiration, hopes that are of course changing, and it's really up to both sides who can woo them better. And one thing about the young voters, they want us to be real.
Oh, face off kind of thing.
Yes, they know exactly when, this is just another politic lah, and then they will just switch off. But if you are real, I think they will support you.
And lastly, social media has played a very important role.
For 80% of the young who are involved or who wants to follow politics, it is the social media.
Definitely. Now that would be social media election, like what the Prime Minister
Probably, yeah, the first social media GE for Malaysia.
Thank you so much, Datuk.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best. And to all who have been watching, we've been talking to Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah, who is Deputy Higher Education Minister, on young voters in GE13. I'm Anne Edwards. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.